Uh, I'll just repeat what I did because recording was not there and it will be missed. Okay, let me repeat what I did. So today is day 25, October 22. We will be doing object-oriented function, and we will write a function which rewrite themselves, and we will do the problems, and the problems will be Anagram method 2. Yesterday we did Anagram. Today we'll do another Anagram method 2, and we'll also do React login, register, and logout functionality. So first thing we have to do, function rewrite Thyself. Because the function can return a function, you can use a new function to replace the old one. So if you see this function A, it returns a function. Therefore, I can rewrite A with the function. So when I rewrite A with the function A, that means whatever is the return value will be updated to the A. So initially when I run this line, it will run alert I am A, and then it will return this function, and this return function will be assigned to A. And next time when I call parentheses, it will call alert I am B, because this line is calling alert I am A, and then it's done, and it returns this function to A. So next time when we call A parentheses, it will call the next function which I am assigning to this A. So this A is overwritten. Initially A is hold this part, and second time when I add to A, then it will replace the A with this function. So anytime when I call A now, it will call this function. So we have a function A, and we rewrite this A function to the same name A. So initially it will do something different, and later on it will do something different, because when I assign it to a new function, second time it will always call this new function, not this whole function. Okay, so this one was the overwrite. Here, in this case, it will alert I am A initially. So if I run this case, it will alert A initially, and next time when I call A, like this, it will show I am B. This is useful when a function has some initial one-off work to do. That means if we have something to do initially, then we use this kind of concept. And once this is done, then I don't want to use this again and again. So I call this with the same name. So the function overwrite itself, the first call, in order to avoid the unnecessary repetitive work. If I do whole part again and again, that means this part is repeating again and again. I don't want this to repeat again and again. The idea is that I want to run this only once, and then later on I need to run this part. So therefore I assign this A to the same variable, and next time when I call this variable, it will be calling this one. So what we are doing redefining the global variable A, assigning a new function to it. So A is getting new function, that is this function. Every subsequent time that function is called, it will alert I am B. So every time we call A after this line, it will call this. So there's another example. We create A and we write a self-invoking function, that is a function which invokes itself immediately. Here we create a two function, setup and actual work. I run the setup function, and then I return the actual work function. So when I run this A, since it is self-executing, it will run immediately, and it will run the setup immediately, that is setup is done. And then it will return the actual work. So A will ultimately get this actual work, and whenever then I call A, it will call this alert work is going on. This technique could be really useful when working in the browser environment. So different browsers have different variables and different way of tackling it. So we can write down some code in the setup to handle the different browser situation. So this is the way we define one-time setup function by redefining the variable with the new function. So this is what we do in the function rewrite. So let's do the interesting problem here. I will write down this problem again. So I have the var sum equal to null initially, then I create a function sum. I could have avoided this statement. I can directly write then and then override this sum with this sum. So I can write one variable called as total and then return a function xy, and this xy will add the total, whatever total I have. I will take this total and I will add x and y to this total and then return add equal to x plus y and total equal to total. So I have a function, I do some initial setup work, that is this total equal to 0, and then I return this function which will add these two variables. So if I say sum equal to sum, so what I am doing, I am calling this function. This function will initiate the total and assign a value of 0, and then it will return this one. It will return this one. So ultimately I am getting this function x and y with these values. Now what I'll do, I will call sum again. Initially it does not take any parameter, so I pass it like this. Second time, now when I return this sum to sum, now second time it needs the parameter x and y. So second time when I call, now tell me whether it will call this whole part now or it will call this part. So answer me whether, now initially I run this one which will run this whole part, but now second time when I run, whether it will run this part or it will run this part. So second part, it will run second part, this part only. This one is done. When I run this one, this part is done. Second time, we will not get this part. We will not do this initialization again. I will only run this part. So if I run this part, you will see add is x plus y. So I am getting 3. And total is also 0 plus x plus y. So I am getting 0 plus 1 plus 2, 3. But now tell me, if I run this again, what will be the value of add? If I run it again, what will be the value of add? Three. What will be the value of total if I run it again? What will be the value of total? Now, in this case, second time if I run, whether it will be 3 or 0 or some other number. So let's run it and see. Sasha is saying 6. So it will be 6. So if I run it again, what will be the value of total? What will be the value of total? 9. So total is 9. We created this total initially in the sum. So the scope of this total is this sum. But my internal function can access, this function can access this total variable, because any variable created in this scope can be accessed by the internal functions. I am not redefining this total equal to 0 again. Therefore, I get this total value which is updated. So initially I get 3, and then when I do total plus this, that means I'm getting total which is in the memory, and in the memory it is 3, and we get 3 plus 3 equal to 6. Then we get 9. So we define it here, but we have used a total again and again because it is in the memory and it is in the scope of this function, because this function is created inside this whole thing. Therefore, whatever variable I create in this sum, I can access it. I can access it inside this internal function. So though this function is created inside this sum, and then we exported it to the outside by in the global space, then also it can access this total variable, and I can see this total is coming here. So what I'm doing, I'm creating this variable total inside this function sum, and then I'm returning this. That means the total is created in the scope of this, but it is returned here in this function. So though total is created inside this space, but we can access it globally using this sum second time, because total is in the scope of this curly bracket, and in this function can access this total. Though global space cannot access the total because this is the local function to this sum, but somehow we are exporting this total using this return statement, and now we can access this total in the global space, though it is created inside this function. So just remember this. This is something we did, that we created something inside the function, but we are using it outside the function. So that is what we do the return function that is useful for. Since we missed the recording, and so we'll take this second problem tomorrow. Okay, and because these problems will go on continuing, so we just don't bother if we do today or tomorrow. Let's do this tomorrow. Because this part will take a lot of time. I'm not sure I will be able to complete all three today, but let's do now React part. Okay, now we did the React. Let me open the React one. So yesterday we did the UI of the sign-in. Let me open the terminal and restart the server. It is in the client. I'll start in the terminal here. I can say npm start. So I'm starting in the terminal. And here I don't need this terminal. So I will tell you the idea, and I want something. I will tell you the idea, and then you help me in writing the code for this auth.js. Because if you interact, then only you will learn what exactly problems I'm getting and what is the thing we have to do. So first thing is, if I see we have this create account, and we have this we have the text name, email, and password. Let me tell you the idea, and that I want you to code along with me. That means you have to guide me. What should I write next? So there is a button sign up also. Let's talk about this create part first. Somehow I need to gather this information name. I need to gather the information email, and I need to gather this information password in variable so that I can use to send this data to the backend. So first thing we need this. I'll write down the steps and then we'll do it, and then you will help me in achieving those steps. So let me write down here. So So steps. So we are doing first step is register page, and then we'll go with the login part. I will just write down the steps and then you have to guide me. So we see three fields in the register one. One is called name, email, and password. We can add more as a confirm password, but for now it's fine. 3 is fine. We have submit button for this. So first task which I want is gather this name, email, and password field in some variable so that I can take that and pass it to backend. This is the first step I want. Then on clicking the submit button, form is submitted because submit button is kind of we have to make type of submit. Form is submitted, and whatever name we saved in the variable for these three, we use above variables for name, email, and password, and we send it to backend. Okay, and backend will give some response that it is done or not done, whatever it is, and then I show the response to the user or show message to the user. Or I can also, since user is registered, and once it is registered, it is auto login. So I can show the message to the user, or I redirect user to home page. Because user is logged in, I don't need the sign in page. I can send the user to the home page. And if some error comes, we should show the error. Okay, so this is our task to do the register page. We have three fields. We get the name, we get the variable, and then on submission, we pass this information to the backend, and we show the message to the user that successfully logged in, or better is we redirect user to home page since user is logged in. We should show the error message to the user if anything comes in. So let's do the register page first. So how will I take these name, email, and password in the variable? What is the way to gather this information? So it is state. So some are saying state. Let's see. Props is not the right word because props is only for the display purpose. We cannot update the props from the input box. So the state is the right way. So to save these three information in the state, what should I write down here? Okay, so one is saying, who is saying, let me see the name. Okay, it is Anand. He's saying to use user info as a constant. Okay, so I can create the constant. So since I will be having login and register same page, so if I put user info, I will not know it is for register or login. So I can differentiate. I have to differentiate between the two, whether it's the logged in part or it is the registration part. So we can say registration values. So instead of user value or user info, I'm saying register values. I can name user info, but for login, then I have to say login info, something like that. So I'll say register value. You can rename it whatever you want. So I can use set register values. So initially, since it is an object, we can, okay, what message I'm getting? Okay, so initially I have to pass something as an object, react.useState. I will pass curly bracket, and it is also good advice or good suggestion. We can predefine with empty values, whatever empty value I can put. So what things I will be using? It will be email, and we will be having password. It will be empty, and name, it will be empty. So we will create one because form needs three. So I created three: email, password, and name. And now what I will do here to use this registration value? What things are needed here to make this registration value work? What are the three things needed I need to add here? One is name. Okay. What else? No, name, email is there, and password I find. But for the name, I need to add three attributes more, because if I just put name equal to, for example, name, here I'll say name equal to email, still it will not work. I am not able to access into register value. Go to password. What things I need to add more here so that I can access? Okay, one is on change. I see on change and the get the value. So I need one of this is value equal to, I will say registered value dot name, because this name will be saved in the registered value as a name. Ref is not needed. We will not use ref because ref is only needed not in this case, not for the form. We can use ref to get the value, but not right way. It's not the exact right way as suggested by React people. So another thing we need is on change. Okay, so these two things are needed. Same thing for this second line. I need value equal to register value dot email, and then I need on change. These two are compulsory. You cannot keep only value or only change. So this combination, two combination is must. But name is needed to update the register value. So these three things you can say are compulsory. Okay, and for the last also, value equal to since I need on change, I have to create this function here, somewhere here. Okay, I can create. Okay, we will say handle constant handle registered change. I can give anything name, and then here. So here I will be getting event, and I have to update this register value, and in this E I will be getting e.target.name for the name which I am updating. I'll also get e.target.value for the value which I am getting. I will be updating this set register value like this. So previously whatever I showed you for 2 minutes, just forget it and see how we update this. I can directly update this with some object. and this object will be new value of this email, password or name, whatever we have. But another better way is we should call arrow function inside, and in this one we will return something, return an object, since this is the object. And here I will get some value, and this value is nothing but this one. This and this are exactly same. So whatever the previous value will be there will come here inside the wall, and this value, if I see, will be exactly same as this wall. So either I can use this register value and update the set register, but better way is to call the arrow function, and in arrow function we get the wall, and wall is nothing but this parameter. Okay, now how to update it? I will take the spread operator to create a copy of this one. If I use directly wall, that means I am directly updating this registered value, which is not right way to do it, because it mutates this value. We need to use an immutable way. So we have to do spread operator, and then whatever new thing is coming, e.target.name, and we have to assign the value e.target.value, and we return this whole statement. So what this part is doing, it will take this whole previous state, this value is nothing but this previous state, and we update the e.target.name. So for example, if I'm updating the email, this part will be the email, and the value whatever user is typing. And this way we update this with the new email and new password and new name. Since this is the object and this does asynchronous work, so sometimes it cannot handle, it cannot save the value in the event. So we need to call e.persist to make it work. If it was not an object, simple one, and we would have used simple one like this, some string, then e.persist is not needed. But since we have object, and to keep this name and value pair consistent, it needs e.persist. Okay, this is one we use handle rate change, and we will also update our on change with this variable, with this function name. Now we will check. What is updated value of registered value is there. So I'll just do console.log of registered values. So we'll see if registered page is working fine. Whenever I change name, email and password, I'm getting correct value here in this part or not. So if I go to localhost 3000, I'll go to auth. So I get this page. So let me write down the name, for example mango, and we will see registered value name is updated with the mango. So I'll say mango@gmail.com. Right now I'm not validating the email, so it's fine to write down anything, mango@gmail.com, and here we'll see email mango@gmail.com. Since it is pre-filled with the password, so I see password also, but I can change to password or whatever password I want. So here the password is coming, email is coming, email is coming, name is coming, password is coming. So we have this three information. When I click the sign up button, I should take this three information and send it to the backend for the registration purpose. And our Parse server, let's see if Parse server is running or not. Let's start the Parse server for it to work. So let's go to Parse server and I'll do npm start. So we have to write something so that when user it will start. I'll come back later to see that. So when I click the sign up, we have to create a function which will handle this sign up part. So let's write down this till it gets started. So this is the handle register change, and I will write another one handle registered submit, and it will also have arrow function, and it will take e, and we have to write down something here. Since we have to go to the server and come back, so it is better we can create it as a async function, and whenever we have something asynchronous part going to the backend, we should always use async as a function. Okay, now let's just handle register, and we have this form. I'll remove the action and I'll say on submit equal to, and whatever name of the function, I'll write it. I'll change the button type to submit. Okay, let's see. Parse server started. So it is started. Created the new client, this one. Okay. Now, whenever user click the submit button, I will call this function, and we have to write something inside this function. Whenever you will call the asynchronous part, you have to write down the try catch block. So I'll put everything in the try catch block. This is the error which I can get. In the try, first step is we need to avoid the form submission to the backend. It should do whatever I want. So I should prevent its default method. I'll say prevent default. So now we have to call the Parse server. Okay, so how to call the Parse server here? So we have to initially in the top we have to call the parse here, import parse from parse. So this will give me all the functionality parse can do, and I can use this parse in my page. Okay, 1 second. So first thing which I will do is I'll call the user. In the past we have user. I'll call the user. So I can say constant user equal to or I can name it to user info equal to new parse dot user. Okay, so this is the one. Let me show you something. 1 second. Let me show you the document. So this is the parse server document. This is a user. So to create the sign up, I have to call the user as this parse user, and then I have to set different name value pair like this, and then we have to use the user sign up to do the stuff. So same thing, we'll be doing it now. Sorry, let me open. So they are writing user, let's use user. I can name anything. And then I'll do setting things which we saw here, like this one. So, like setting of this one. I will say user dot set username, and username I'll take dot email. Email is the username I'll say. I'll do user dot set password, and same thing I'll do. I'll take the password field. Here I have to finish the round bracket. Here I'll say user dot set name field. Registered values dot name. Since I created this username, I'll also we have two fields in the user one. We should also set the email field, though it is same as the username. So if you see, we have the username. Sometimes the username is different and email is different, so you can give different. But in our case, I need email also, so I'll add email also here. So it is same. In my case, email and username is same, so I'm putting it same here. I can now call await user dot sign up. So I call this sign up here. So like this, we can do sign up here. They put try inside this, but we will do try in whole one on the block. So now, if I show you something here, and by mistake close it. So in the application, we have the local storage, session storage, and the cookies. These three things are used to store the information in the browser. If I go to local storage, I will see, okay, I'll delete this one. So that one was already created by me last time. So this, whenever I load the page and I have parse, this is the, installation ID. I get the installation ID for this user. So I need to save this installation ID also in my database. This is not a requirement, but for my personal intention, I want to save this information also. What is the installation ID for this user? So in addition to all, I will also save this installation ID. So it will be user.set. I will name it as installation ID equal to. Now how to get the installation ID? It is in the local storage and it has the key of this one, parse my app ID installation ID. So I will say local storage dot get item, and I will put this key. So this my app ID is nothing but the app ID which I have. It is a simple my app ID, but when you go in production, you may change it to different one. Then you have to change it here also. For me, or if you want to keep it same, then you can keep it same and use it like this. But if you are changing somewhere on production, then you can put this in configuration and get it from the configuration, because it will be different for the production and for development. Or if it is same, then you can hard code it. But if you feel it is different, you can put it inside a configuration file and get it from there. So this is the thing I get installation ID. I'll get from this part, and then I sign up. Let's see now how the sign up works. I will close this. I will open the console.log so we can see what's happening. Okay, so I'll give some name again, mango at gmail.com, and I'll give some password. So let's see what happened when I click sign up. Did there happen anything? Nothing happened. Okay, so first time it happened something, but we did not show anything on the console.log. That's why it was not showing it. But second time when I click, it's saying error, account already exists for this username, because this Parse server does not allow the same user to do it again. So second time I'm getting this message. So I did not put the console.log. Let me put the console.log in the first time also, so that I can see what's happening. Let's check now. I'll sign up with different name. Apple at gmail.com. I'll say password. And then once I click sign up, it register and give me the user. And this is the user information. If I go into the attributes, you will see email ID, installation ID, name, password is undefined. They don't show the password here. And there is session token, which is not used for us, but somehow they use it. So this information is coming here for this user who is logged in. Let's see what is happening in the database. So you will see role and session, and the user table is created. And right now you will see the username is this, email is same, and you cannot see the password because password is some secure thing, and even on production you won't be able to see the password of the users. And with the installation ID, I can see the installation ID is same. So I can assume that these two was coming from the same machine. So I keep it same. Okay, so that's how we can put additional fields also, gender, marital status, address, city, whatever I want, I can add more columns. So it is pretty much clear what it is there. So if you see the ACL, this ACL part is who can see this information. Since this user was registered, he can read and write his information, but public can read his information. Okay, so we have read access to the public, but this user can read also and write also. So this is automatically created by the sign up user. So when So we are done with the sign up, but we need to finish something on it. We have to give some finishing touch. So if I go to the browser, okay, let me go to localhost 3000 again. I'll go to auth. So I will fill the information again with same name, mango at gmail.com. I'll try to put the same information. I get error. So I should show this error to the user. They will not go to console and see the error. So we should show somehow here the error. Maybe above sign up, we can write some error code. So let's write on that one, error 1. Okay, so now to write down the error, I will see. Okay, I don't need this. I will go to the bootstrap and see if I get something. So this alert, same thing. I need this alert kind of thing. Let's write on this alert one. Okay, so let me write down the alert. Since this alert will be used a lot, I will put it in the utility tag so I can use it in other components also. So I'll say maybe I can name it myalert.jsx. And here I will call the alert. I don't need the key and variant. I can put anything. Maybe I can say warning. Okay, I can say warning. Variant is warning. We have different alert type like primary, secondary, success, danger, warning, info. Let's put warning here for alert. We can change it to whatever we want. And here I will say props.message. Okay, so now I'll get props.message. This props.message will come here as a props. And this alert we should get from the React Bootstrap. Okay, so this is something I call this alert part whenever error is coming. Okay, and I'll close this myalert and call this myalert here. Okay, I'll call myalert from. I'll go to one back, two back, utils, and myalert. So now we can pass variant also, so it will be more reusable. So the thing is that you're saying I should pass this variant as a props.variant. Yeah, so we can pass props.variant here. Okay, and so we can also say variant default is warning. If I don't pass, it will take the default value, that is a warning. Otherwise, if I pass, it's okay. So let's call the myalert. Let me see if myalert is coming or not. if showing or not. I'll say my alert message equal to hey. I'll just want to see if my alert is coming. So let's see. It's coming hey, but it's not displaying. So variant is not coming. What was the 1 second? So let me open that again. Something is not right. So it's actually, I think it's default props. Yes, let me confirm. Default props. Yeah, so I'm getting this default props right now. Now what I'll do is, let me pass it variant also here to see if it works. Danger. I change it to danger now. So now it's danger. Okay, let's keep it danger for now. And this message should be something which we get error from here. Okay, so when we do the handle registration, we get the error, and we need to save this error somewhere so that I can display it to the user. So how about we create one more state variable, error registered, and I'll say set error registered, and I'll say react dot use state, and initially it will be null, and later on I can set this one. So when I get this error, I will set the error to e.message. This e comes with object, and to see the exact message we have to use e.message. So we'll set this error here, and we created this state variable, and I will take this error registered here, and here I'll say if we have error registered, then we call this my alert. Okay, so if we get error registered, and I'll, instead of message, I'll pass the error registered, whatever error I am getting it. Now if I see, if I pass mango again, so I'm getting error, account already exists for this user name. So you just see this, so he can change to mango1. So once he put the new one, this error doesn't go, so we have to fix that also, because initially it was giving error, and after I click second time, I'm still able to see the error again. So we need to fix that. So what I will do, before, when I start this process, initially I will set this error to null again. I'll set initially to null, and then when we get error, we will show it to this error again. So I'll go with again. I'll try. So I'm dating account already exists for this username. If I try 1, still I get same thing. If I get 2, I don't get error message. That means it is success, and we have to send the user back to the home page if we get this message. So when everything is fine like this, we can send the user back to the home page. So to send the user back to the home page, in the props we can get props. In the auth we can get props, and if I see what are the props are, So if we see the props here, in the props we have the history, and in the history we have the push kind of thing. This push will send us back to anywhere we want. So I can use this push like this. So once user logs in, signs up successfully, I will say props.history.push and I'll send the user to home page. So if user logs in successfully, I will send it to home page. Otherwise, I will give the error message. I'll remove this props one. So I'll go to sign up, and then I'll do first with the same one to see the error. So I see account already exists for this username. Let me make 3. Now when I click this sign up, I will get successful user registration and I will be redirected to the home page. So I'm redirected to the home page. And you will see this is the information of register value which I put. And if I go to the application in the local storage, in addition to installation ID, we get the current user, and the current user has the same information what he put, that is email, name, installation ID, and these are the addition thing which you don't need it now. Username is this one. So why not to display this name on the home page, who is logged in? So we will display the home page to the, we'll display the name page. So for that, I will tell you one command which will give me the current user detail. So let me open the. So this is the one, and it goes to the home page. This part goes to the home page. Let's go to the home page of my project 2, project 1. This is the home JX. So here in the home, I want to show something like this. I have to show something like this, welcome, and I want to put the name. If it's Mango, I say welcome Mango, something like this if he is logged in. Now to get the information of the logged in user, in the past we have, it's called parse.user.current. Whenever I call this one, it is the current user information. So I will import parse here on the home page, and I will put this in some variable, and we'll see what the variable consists of. So I put user equal to this console.user. So I refresh this. Let's see what is coming in the user one. So in the user we have the parse kind of object, and in the attributes we have the name, and we have other thing also, but we care about only the name. So let's try to call this name here. So to call this name, we can call that user.attributes.name. That is one way we can call it, but better way or the right way is like this. We can say user.getName. Just way to say get name. So this will go into the attributes. This will go into the attributes and get the name from here. Okay, so now let's try to do auth again with some different name, so that you can see right now Mango is same. So I can say, for example, Manish. So you will see it's saying welcome Manish because I saved it. So you will see in the attributes now I have name field as Manish. So we get the user information here, and we can use this user information anywhere on our website. I can have a picture URL, I can have age, I can have gender, I can have additional detail also, and I can see that same thing. So the registration part is done. You do same registration part today. So tomorrow we will do this auth part, login part. So this sign up part is done. Same in the similar way, we will try to do this login part. So that's it for today.